Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Tuesday, the 14th of January, 2025. I hope you are keeping well, enjoying life as best you can. I hear the sound of ding, ding, ding ice cream coming. I shall ignore that and carry on speaking. Personally, I'm very much against gambling. It's not something I do. I dislike it. I've seen firsthand the damage it can cause people's lives. I know personally people who have lost their entire fortune, a reasonable amount of money, quite a large amount of money that has completely disappeared, and they have been left with nothing because of gambling addiction. So it's something I really detest. But on the other hand, I recognize that it's not something that you can actually physically ban. I've been living in Thailand for 36 years, and I guess this year will be 37, will it? I've just realized the new year will be 37 years this year. Grief. Since I've been living here, governments have been talking about legalizing gambling, opening casinos and things like that, and it has never actually come about. There are a couple of reasons why it hasn't come about up until now, and that's because partly because of religious opposition. Buddhist monks and temples, etc., traditionally were very much against allowing the legalization of gambling. Although we've always had a lottery, and by the way, which they suddenly somehow see as not gambling. And the other opposition was from very influential people who owned illegal casinos, of which there are thousands probably across the country. Lots of illegal casinos are actually operating in Thailand, and the people who operate them make a lot of money. And they were dead against some of them possibly in positions of power, and they were definitely against the legalization of casinos. But I'm just reading in the newspaper today that the current government has passed a bill at cabinet level to legalize casinos in Thailand on the hopes that it will gain the tourist dollar and amongst other things. You can't. I think you can't stop this thing from happening. When it's a bit like drugs. You can't stop it from happening. So legalizing it, but controlling it is the right way forward, I think. So I think hope that they try to educate people of the dangers of gambling, not just allow for casinos to exist, but also do some work in trying to get people to understand the dangers in gambling. That's my hope anyway. We'll see whether or not that emerges. Let's get on with the game of Sudoku, shall we? This is the New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle. What can we see, if anything? We can see fives blocking down here, across there, and across there. So we are going to begin today with a 5 in that square. And we've got 2 blocking across here, and a 2 down there. 2 going upwards. In this block here, I've seen 3s in those squares, 7s in those squares, 6s in those squares, 4s in those squares. So that's pairs all round, but nothing that's really going to give me something. Okay, let's see what we can see. Oh, 3 up here, 3 across there. We have 3s like this. Six up here, up there, and across there. Eight across here and down there. Eight's going up here, across and across. Eight, 3 going across there, 8, 3 going down there. We've got a pair of 8 and 3 in those squares. So what am I left with? So 8 and 3, 2s. Pair of 2s like that. 4. 4s like that. 7. Anywhere there. 9. What did I say? 8 and 3. What's missing from here? 8 and 3. So we're looking for 1, 4, 9. Is that right? 1, 4, 9. Yes. Oh, okay. We've got a 1 and 9 blocking that square. So we're going to get a 4 there, and then we'll end up with a pair of 1 and 9 in those squares there. We have 1s there. Okay, so we've got 1 in one of these squares here, right? Because, okay, 1 blocking down, so 1 appears in one of these squares blocking across, 1 blocking down here, 1 across there. Then we can see the 1 blocking across here, so 1 appearing in one of these 2 squares blocking down and giving me a 1 there. Okay, in the middle row, I think we're looking for 1257. Am I right? 1257, 1257, yes. And 1, 2, and 5 are in this column, so that's going to give me a 7 there. Okay, now we've got 7 and 9 blocking across here. And I know that this, so that puts 7 and 9 into those squares, because this was, whatever I said before, 3 and 8. 7 and 9, so this is 2. 2 blocking up here, 2 up there, 2 across there. And there's another 2. I should work out the rest of this column, shouldn't I? I've got 7 and 9 in those squares, so these are not 7 or 9. They are 1 and 4. Is there any help on 1 or 4? I think not. No. This was 1 and 5, and that's 1 and 4. Oh, hang on. Can't have been 1 and 5. Sorry, 1 and 9. 1 and 4, I should say. I think I'm going to use pencil marks to finish this game off. Let's do it. Let's put in ones in those squares. Let's put ones in those squares there. Let's put ones in those squares there. And there. Let's have a pair of 2s there. And a pair of 2s there. 3s are here and there and in those squares, I remember. Somewhere across the middle. This was 3 and 8, wasn't it? And this was 9 and 7. Just so I don't forget. 4's over there. 4, 4. Okay, that's the paired work done, I think. Let's do this, finish off this left-hand shoot first of all. So we've got 4 blocking down here, so 4 still possible in those squares, and 4 blocking up there, so 4 still possible in those squares. 1, 2, 3 done, 4 done, 5 done, 6 done, 7 done, 8 done, and then we're just looking for 9. And what do we know about? So 9s are done here, and then 9 still possible anywhere up here, really. Oh, sorry, no, not there. Alright, this block here, 7 blocks across there, we get 7s in those squares there. What else is missing? 1, 2, 6 blocks across there. Well, we've done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, oh, it's done. Oh, there was a single 6 there. Was there really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I could. You know, I worked out that the 3s go there early on, and I didn't see that was a single 6. Okay. That's a 6, and that's not. And neither is that. Okay, on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we know anything? 6 blocks across and down. That gives me 6 in. Oops. 6 in that square there. 6 up here, 6 down there. There's a 6. 6 across here and up there. So that's a pair of 6s there. 7, 8, and 9 blocks across there. Okay, so we've got a pair of 3 and 4 in this row, so that can't be 4, that's got to be a 7. And then it gives us a 3 there and a 4 there. 1 on this side, 9 there, 7 in that square. Okay, now we've got a unique... Oh, no, actually we don't. I tell a lie. Hold on. We do. We have unique rectangle 3, 4, and 3, 4, 8, 9. It means I can get rid of the 3 and the 4 there, so it's going to be either 8 or 9 only. I also can get rid of the 4s up there, which will mean that that must be a 4. And that can't be a 4 there. And since we've got our 9 here, that has to be a 1. And that will give me a pair of 1s in those squares there. Are we looking okay? I think we are. So this block here looks like the next best option to follow. What do we know? 2's are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not done yet. 5 blocking like this. So 5 in the 3 corner squares. 6, 7 blocking up there. Yeah. 8, 9 done. Okay, in the middle then 1, 2, 3 like that. So 3's in those squares. Get rid of that 3 there. It's a mistake. 5 blocking like this. So 5's in those squares there. 7 like this. And that's done. Okay, I'm going to finish it off then. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks across here. 5 also blocks across there. 7 we can place. 7 blocking up there. That's a 7 then. Get rid of those 7's. And since we know this is a pair of 4 and 5, now this has to be 9. And so that's our 7, that's our 9 over here. And that gives me a 9 in that square. Get rid of those 9's. Left with a 5 there. So 5 and a 4. 7 in that square. 1. 1. 1. Delete. 5. 2. 4. Alright, we have to get rid of the candidate 1 there, and we have to get rid of the candidate 7 there. And we're left with 3 and 6. Speaking of 7's, we've got to get rid of those 7's and place a 7 here. And there, and that's a 9. And that gives me a pair of 9's over there as well. Down at the bottom here, we're looking for 8. And so that can't be 8. Right, let's see now. 3. Okay, we got 5 already, so that's got to be the 3. That will be the 6. That's our 3. 2 in that square. 6 in that square. 8 over here. 3 over there. That's the only possibility for a 3 now. That's our 3, that's our 4. looks a bit like a mistake. Look, there could be a 4 here, so I'm not going to take that for granted yet. Let's see what else we are looking for. 5. Where's a 5? 5 blocking up here and across there. That's a 5. That has to be a 4. And that does have to be a 4 then. So 9 there, 9 there, 8 there. And that's our New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle over for Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.